Dirty Potters. How are you today? Firstly, I want to apologize for this taking so long, but I'm just going to tell you how the Dirty Potter Challenge usually goes. I give people about 2 or 3 months to do the Dirty Potter Challenge, to get all their stuff out there, and then I usually give a little bit of wiggle room so people can find the video, and you know, I understand that not everyone has a kiln in their home and the electricity, and like not everybody has the privilege that I have to consistently have just glazes that I make myself and things of that nature. So I give people a smidge more time than usual. At the end of that, a giant heat wave came through California. This is actually the first time it's been like 90 degrees or less in the past, I want to say month and a half to 2 months, realistically. On top of that, I started teaching classes at the Industrial Mineral Company on Thursdays, so the editing time that I would usually use for the class is kind of pushed back to Tuesday and Wednesday. But I also make PowerPoints for my class, and I bring projectors in and stuff like that, you know? So the time that would be spent making videos for y'all are sometimes spent on these like PowerPoints and slideshows. But, you know, I would love to double myself up. I would like to give it the old duplication jutsu. But unfortunately, no matter how much Naruto I watch, I'm not ninja enough. Believe it. Also, a quick side point, having 2 students in the class that I now teach immediately pays me more per month than an entire week of YouTube video development, because the dividends that I get from YouTube videos are like pennies on the dollar unless you guys are all clicking the like button and leaving comments every time, which, you know, all 80,000 of you are not doing that, you know? So if I have to put my effort into one basket, it's gonna be the one that pays me. That being said, we are finally getting on with the Dirty Potter Challenge. I actually had a friend of mine help me organize all of your videos into one thing. So you have the pad of destiny here. The tablet pad, not the kind that, like, you know. I actually haven't even looked at the file yet, if I'm being honest with you, and Jesus on a cracker!
Holy Jesus. What is that? What the fuck is that?
There's so many of you this time! Okay, we gotta start somewhere. This might be a long video, but let's get to it. Before we get started, I want to say if I butcher any of your names, it's not my fault. It's your fault for spelling it weird. Unless you have a different cultural name than what I'm normally used to, and that's on me. That's totally on me. But if you have a weird name spelled in English, we speak the same language. I don't know why you made it like a heart above the I for your Instagram name. That's on you. I'm not pronouncing the heart. This first one is from Georgie Ward George on my Discord server. These are pretty nice. Yeah, these are actually really nice. We haven't gone over this technique in depth on the channel yet, but it kind of looks like this person glazed a pot and then carved through the glaze itself, and then did an inlay technique on that same glaze. So what you would do is you would glaze a pot or do underglaze or something to that fashion. You would carve through it, put a different glaze on the inside of those carvings, and then glaze the entire pot. You can do that both of those ways. This is really nice. I'm actually really impressed that this might be me smelling my own farts here, but I'm always impressed whenever you guys give me something that I have not taught you yet. But every now and then I see something that I taught you on the channel, and I'm like, yeah, taught you how to do that. Of course you did that. But this, we haven't really gone over yet, so I'm actually pretty impressed with this. I'm not gonna rate your pots as we go along. I'm just gonna tell you who the winner is at the end. We also have a secondary set here from the same person, except for this one looks like it was a chopstick bowl. Pretty nice, really, really nice. There's a couple different ways you can make a bowl that is meant to have chopsticks used for their primary eating utensil, and we haven't gone over that in the channel either, so I'm pretty impressed with the amount of effort that went into these bowls as it is, and the glaze is pretty nice as well. Good job. In this one, we're moving on to Jonathan. Jonathan understood the assignment. He used rocks on the outside of his bowl to make textures. I like this. I was really hoping some of you would do this. Grab a handful of rocks and just shove them as textures on your pot, and if we go along, we might see the finished product. Yup. And this person posted on the Instagram and the Discord, and that's really good. I prefer it on Instagram because then I can just put the hashtag in, like you all pop up. But the person that was helping me did a pretty good job at like making sure to get all of the pictures from everyone. I see the bottom of the foot there on your pot. That looks like a very specific clay body that only people in my area know about. So you're close, ain't you? I'm like 90% sure that is a dragon fruit clay body. I'm super sure that's a dragon fruit clay body, actually. I'm gonna raise it to 95%. I'm I'm gonna bet a little higher. I love that clay body. It's fantastic. It really is. It blows Sandstone Buff out of the water. I don't understand why more people aren't ordering it, to be honest with you. And I'm pretty sure they deliver too, so you can call the company and just order it from them. Great job, Jonathan. I really like the texture on this. I was hoping that somebody would get some rocks and use it as texture on their pot, and you're the first person I'm seeing doing it, so good job. Side note, just for future Dirty Potter challenges, I really like when you guys send multiple pictures like Jonathan did here. So he has the bowls here, then he has the dried stage, he has the item that I asked him to use on the whatever we asked him to make on it, and then he has the finished product after that, where it's kind of documenting what he's doing as he's going along. Or you can send in a video by just posting it online, and I know how to rip stuff. I'll rip it from that. This one here is from Robin on the Discord server. Robin is a longtime contributor and follower of the Discord channel. Hello, Robin. How are you? These are almost perfectly sized. These are so nice. I see the texture there, but I'm looking, and I don't see what you did the texture with. I wish I could find a picture here, Robin, of the item that you used for the texture on the outside, because it looks like you tried to chatter the outside or carve it in some manner, and then it worked out, but the glaze didn't really take to it, which is sad. Super sad the glaze didn't take to it. Granted, you really have to know your glazes in order to understand what you're carving and how the glaze is going to react to it. It's something that we're talking about in my class while we trim. If you want to put a couple of lines in, you then have to understand how the glaze is going to react to those lines, because sometimes it covers up texture and sometimes it enhances it. And you really have to be familiar with your glazes if you're going to do that in combination to enhance something like that. This next one is from Val on the Discord. Yeah! I need to shut the Discord down. Y'all are getting better than me. Okay, no, that's fair. I can't say that's illegal, for sure, yeah. So Val, it looks like glazed the inside of the pot majoritively, and then made some textures with maybe some kind of cookie cutter or stamp on the outside of them with a little frog, and what kind of looks like a dragon, but it might just be a leaf, and then glazed only the textures on the outside. And I believe I see a bit of inlay work here as well, where they carved into the body and then put a different glaze on the inside. These are magnificent, Val. These are great. I'm very pleased with these, especially because the color kind of goes together. You know, you have the texture on the outside with the blue frog, the blue and black goes together. The glaze on the inside has a nice melt from the blue and the black, and I don't know if this is a black clay body, but the fact that the entire thing is colored black really enhances that melty blue that comes out. All these colors are in relation, and I really like that. Can you imagine if there was like a random red thrown in here? You know what I mean? It would throw off the entire aesthetic. So Val really knew what they were doing. Good picture of the inside of the bowl as well. I'm pleased about that for sure. This one is from Chris Stanley on Facebook. It looks like they used the hashtag properly, the Dirty Potter Challenge 4. I really appreciate that. Let's read into this. Here's my entry for the Dirty Potter Challenge number 4. 2 bowls that are made to nest, no pottery tools used for texture. I hope kitchen tools are acceptable. You know, kitchen tools are acceptable, but within potter culture, a lot of us just go to like kitchen stores to get pottery tools anyway. But I didn't want to say like don't go to a kitchen store, but they are a little bit synonymous in the clay culture. I'm not like when you meet a group of potters and there's one person who's like I just go to a kitchen store, they're all gonna be like oh me too, you know. So it's a fairly common thing. On their post, they said they used a citrus zester and that zester is never going back in the kitchen. Okay, look. I've been guilty of it. I bring them out here, I use them, I wash them, I put them back in the kitchen.
Oh! Ew! Dude! What the fuck?
These are really nice, Chris. I do wonder what you used for the line texture, because I can clearly see that bar in the middle of the bowls, right? And that's like clearly where you use the zester, yeah? But the rest of it looks like it was carved somehow and just... Did you carve that with a zester? It looks like you carved it with a zester. That's wild. This one's from Laura Garberick. This was a challenge that one of my pottery heroes, Donte... Listen, hold on. Let's stop the show right here. I can't be your pottery hero, okay? I might be built different, but like, one day, I'm gonna die, and you're gonna find some weird stuff on my computer. And you're gonna be like, oh, he liked some weird anime, and he can't be my hero anymore. Why don't we just cut that middleman short? You know what I mean? Why don't we just say, well, I want all of you to become way better potters than me. You better hurry though, because I'm doing some stuff over here. Laura here made 2 nesting bowls just like I asked, and she used, am I reading this right? Walnut shells. Yo, that's nutty. It's not my fault. I'm a father now. I have to do it. It's not my fault. I can clearly see there's a picture of like a pile of walnuts at the bottom of this Facebook post right here. So thank you. I do enjoy the proof there. You know, it's not like I ever suspect anyone of cheating, but I really appreciate the people who put forth the effort to put all the stuff so I can I can just scroll by it, because realistically putting the stuff together is difficult in the first place, so I can really see the stuff. It looks like she made 2 bowls, and it looks like that they would nest, right? But at the same time, they're different colors, which, ooh, I really wish you would have made them both that creamy brown that you got going on there. Oh, I really wish you would have. These aren't bad. These aren't bad in design at all. I think it's a fantastic idea, especially with the walnuts. They make great texture. But like, I wish you would have made a set of bowls and that they would be the same color. I do see the foot here. It looks like it had a little bit more effort put into it. I do appreciate that. Nice bottoms are always appreciated on the channel. And the last picture is just a big old cheese ball picture of her. I made a bowl. And here's the picture of the walnuts I was talking about. These are large. These are huge. Where do you live, in the woods? These are huge nuts. I would know huge nuts when I see them. These nuts are gargantuan. Oh, my mistake. It looks like you listened to my instruction and that I wanted you guys to make multiple sets so you could pick the best one. And it looks like you did indeed pick the best one. A matching set of nesting bowls. They match the color. It looks like you made multiple sets as well. Oh, she even made a little orientation, kind of like picture setup. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Moving on to the Facebook post by Puffin Pipes. The challenge was to make a textured set of nesting ramen bowls without using a pre-made pottery tool. That is correct. That's a nice, that's a nice close-up right there. That's a really nice close-up, Puffin. Looks like you used some type of wash, possibly red iron oxide, on the outside of the bowls to enhance the texture. I'm not sure if that's true or not. I'm just going by experience. I like it. I like it. Lindsay does this all the time with her work, and that's why her stuff looks exactly like this all the time with that texture. And that's how I can kind of denote it. These are really nice, Puffin. These are nice. And you made 4 of them, and they all seem to nest. Yeah, wow. These are great. These are fantastic. I can't get over this close-up, though. This close-up is raw. This close-up is hot. Moving on to Samantha Burrow. My submission, this was a fun learning experience, textured with a lava rock. So we got more rocks here. This is good. I don't really see much of a pattern, but I do notice that a lot of you are putting little divots into your ramen bowls, as if to say, like, this is the place where we're gonna put the chopsticks. Sidebar, traditionally, most people just lay the chopsticks kind of diagonally on the 2 ends of a round ramen bowl at the top. And I understand, especially from like a my point of view even, I'm like, yeah, that's where the chopsticks go. Most ramen houses that are culturally set and like in the culture that it comes from, they don't usually do that. You didn't. I appreciate it. Y'all didn't have to do that. You guys are putting a lot of effort into these bowls, and I really appreciate it. I just don't want anyone out there to think that like all ramen bowls must come with 2 little holes or a little divot. The high majority of people who eat ramen just like put the chopsticks sideways so the circumference of the bowl reaches the 2 ends, and they put them on the side, and then they pick them up and eat them later. Or they put them off to the side like on a napkin or something. But most of the time, you do not need those divots in order for something to be considered a ramen bowl for sure. Took so many pictures. She took so many pictures. Ooh, nice blue glaze. Where is it? Oh, there it is. There's the process pictures. It looks like they might have used saturation gold from Amico. You know, weirdly enough, Amico's products have to have a food safe sticker on them if you live in a certain part of the world. I live in California, so a lot of the Amico bottles that I get look like this, where they have a food safe sticker on them. In a lot of places in the world, I think I had a discussion with one of my buddies in New York. They don't have that sticker on there, right, for their production. But when you get a bottle in California of saturation gold, the food safe sticker is crossed out to tell you this is not food safe. This next one's from Alma Creations on Instagram. Ooh, beautiful. I hoped somebody would do this. I really did hope somebody would do this. Grab a plant, put some wax resist on there, glaze over it, press it in there. Something with some sort of tree or plant. You know, there's a list of things in my head that I knew you guys would kind of gravitate to in nature, and I was hoping to see this. And this is their final product right here. Again, we have those little divots there, I can't tell if they fired it in the kiln this way or if they made a pattern and then glazed over it. But that looks like a really deep texture. And we even got some action on the inside here. Very good. Good job. I feel like I'm pronouncing the name wrong too. I feel like that's only because I live in California and I can understand most Spanish, but I don't speak it though. This next one is from Dan Makes Pottery on Instagram. We have a couple of progress pictures. Nice, nice. I think some of you who are familiar with my artwork understand that I do like close-ups, so I do appreciate them. Close-ups like this really help me get into the process by looking at them close up. Dan Makes Pottery. And the final product here, boom. Great. Good stuff. Good stuff. These are large. These are big. My entry into the Dirty Potter Challenge is done. I definitely learned a lot. I'm pretty dang happy with how they turned out. It's Amico's June Bug. That makes sense. Amico is just out here hitting. Slapping other companies around, to be honest with you. I wish there was more of a contrast with other glazes I use, but that's pottery. Yeah, no, you're right. That is pottery. Amico also has a very good reputation of consistency. So like the color on the bottle is probably what you're gonna get regardless of whether you mix it with other glazes. And you're lucky if you find a combo, to be honest with you. And we have some leftover pictures from Dan Makes Pottery here. Again with the little divots. I know it might seem like the divots are bothering me. I just want to get across the point to everyone who's like a ramen bowl person. You don't next time we do a ramen bowl challenge, you don't have to put those in there. You do not have to. The shape of the bowl being a ramen bowl so that the noodles and the broth can like easily slide out and you can easily take them out, along with the texture on the outside, matters way more than like that little chopstick placing. But I think that's just me over teaching right now. This one is from DW Ceramic. Haha! I'm sorry if that was insensitive if you're actually French. But also like baguette. A spare small ramen bowl with texture I made for the Dirty Potter Challenge 4. This one with notches to lay chopsticks across the bowl. Yes. A lot of you are really attached. This is nice. This is really nice. I feel like I know how to do this technique, but there's like 4 different ways to do this, so I can't exactly say exactly how they did this, but I do like this texture. To be fair, the ways you do this technique are usually not with pottery tools. You could just take a little bit of clay and like twizzle twazzle it and smooth them out with a sponge. So this is good. This is really nice. And the shape is on point as well. And the shape is a V-taper bowl as well, which usually denotes that of a ramen bowl. So thank you very much. I really appreciate that, DW. The person who's helping me with this does a really good job of just putting all the pictures up there. But I realistically need like 4 pictures in order to see the process and then the final product and then some extras along the way. But I think the extra pictures y'all are giving me are fantastic, so I'm gonna put them up here. Oh, I haven't gotten to this picture yet. This person used string. That's Pog. That's awesome right there. That's big pee-pee, honestly. The crazy thing is that it's just string, so it will burn out in the kiln. So you could technically dip the string in clay or slip, take it out, put it on the pot, and just fire it, and it'll burn out anyway. It doesn't really affect the kiln at all. This is a good idea. That's a runner right there. I'm letting you know that's consideration for winner style right there. This one is from Ember Glow Treasures on Instagram. These are nice. Let's see what they use. See all the colors and textures, Celadons, but despite my inexperience, okay, I'm looking for the tool you used. These do look like watermelons. These do look like straight up watermelons. Unfortunately, I don't see any information, nor do I see any type of tool in the pictures. These are the only pictures we got. We're still gonna throw you into consideration, but like, I don't really see any texture here. These just look like normal bowls. They're nice, but like, I've sold it on before, glazed perfect round bowls, but especially, yeah, nope, I don't see any mention of textures. I'm sorry if you used one and I'm just not seeing it. I still wanted to throw your pictures in there because I think they're really nice, but unfortunately, I think I see a little texture on the bowl on the left, but like, I can't tell really, because the right one looks like it has 0 texture. This next one is from, you guys. I don't know if y'all remember this one, but these people pretty much made like a giant, a lot. And I say people because I'm pretty sure this is a team of people. It's fairly rare for one person to have the set of skills that can do all of these things at once. I'm not saying they don't exist, but like for someone to make something of this caliber intricately in the time that I gave and still do like other work and like do the dishes and clean the floor, like still have a life to live, you know, is rare. So I feel like Handmade Curiosities might be a team of people. I'm pretty sure it's a team of people. They put hashtag smile. I feel like they know this creeps me out, and so they're trying really hard to creep me out right now. Thank you, Handmade Curiosities, for your nightmare fuel that you... I'm just going to expect every single time you enter the contest, it's going to be some nightmare fuel from this point on, is what I'm going to think about your work. It's like, oh, look, some nice bowls. Yo, those are great. Those are... why? This next one is from Clay Plants on Instagram. We have a big old picture of a pine cone. I know what you're thinking. That doesn't belong where it's supposed to... where you think... No. Some beautiful slip on the outside and textured it with the pine cone. Beautiful. Fantastic. Yup. That's great. You ever look at a pine cone and think to yourself, that makes some good armor? No? Me neither. I've never. That would be weird if I did that. And it looks like this person made multiples of them, so that way they can have a backup. That's great. Oh, you got me. Great texture. You got me. With the color pink, too. You know I love pink. Because of the way the slip hits the bowl and it's kind of V-shaped taper, it kind of looks like there's a drip on the end of it right here. I think that's just slip, but my potter brain goes, ooh, that's a glazed drip. It looks great, especially with the wooden platform you put it on. Great pictures. And yep, I was right, you made backups. Good job. Always make backups. Fantastic. Beautiful. Even got a picture of the food in there. Great. Beautiful. I'm really digging all the food pictures that y'all are sending in. Of like, look, you can use it as an actual bowl. Look. That being said, I might just be hungry. The next one is from ksax 2006 on Instagram. Gorgeous. Beautiful. Beautiful texture, beautiful color on the inside. Nice, good textured glaze, right? And by the way, a small side note, there's a difference between texture and a textured glaze. I love textured glazes, something with like titanium dioxide in them, something like a floating blue has a glaze that's not just like one dimensional, it's 2 or 3 dimensional, and that's what some people call a textured glaze, especially myself. But that doesn't mean the glaze itself is actually textured. I just want to make that clarification. I said it the other day in class and they were like, glaze can't be textured. And I was like, oh, I mean, technically no, but that's what we say. It looks like you put some decals in there, great stuff. With a new clear, did a Shino firing, fantastic, fantastic. Good pictures. Oh, some of you might not know this about me, but I did cone 10 work for about 4 years in my college days. It's really difficult to reproduce in a oxidation kiln or any other kiln for that factor. It's usually a reduction kiln. And the creamy white with the spots of orange and brown iron, beautiful, beautiful stuff. It does look like you use some type of like stamp or decal on the inside, and while that's not inherently a pottery tool, that's like a well-known thing we do in pottery. I'm kind of looking for the texture tool here to see what you did on the outside for that texture, but also that could just may as well be like a Shino and call it a day, you know? Yeah, I don't see the texture tool, unfortunately. Let's read a little bit here. Roughly 9 out of 10 weeks, made some ramen bowls using instant ramen noodles. Yeah. That's meta. You used instant ramen noodles to make the texture on the outside of the ramen bowls. Is that correct? That's Inception. That's right there. That's meta. I wonder what he used to make the texture on those ramen bowls. He used ramen itself. This next one is from lovelyartfox on Instagram. We have 3 bowls here in raw work. Very good. Very nice. We're looking at the bowls. These look beautiful, Fox, but I'm not seeing the tool that you used. I'm still looking. There's so many pictures, so many. Still looking, still looking. Unfortunately, I don't see the tool that you used, nor do I see where you named it anywhere. These do look nice, but I'm not seeing the tool. Oh, that glaze is nice though, I'll say that. Looks like a jawbreaker from Ed, Edd and Eddy. Oh, you don't know what Ed, Edd and Eddy is? I forget I'm a boomer and that cartoon's essentially gone now except for remnants online. Ed, Edd and Eddy was a cartoon about 3 latchkey kids that were essentially never kept track of, and their form of fun was to go out and get nickels and quarters and change and dimes. They were just like hoodlums that wanted jawbreakers. That was the entire show, and they would do anything for the jawbreakers. And these bowls look exactly like what they look like in the show. The jawbreakers were huge too. Like they'd put them in their cheek and they'd swell up to the size of their head, if not bigger. These are so nice, and I'm still going through the pictures. I'm just not seeing the tool that you used to put the texture on there, unfortunately. Yeah, I got to the, oh, there we go. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about right there. We have some plants and some rocks, usual, makes sense, makes sense. Some more plant, you used a lot of textures. You just went out into the forest and went crazy, didn't you? Fantastic, thank you, Fox. Appreciate this. Beautiful bowls. Beautiful Jolly Rancher bowls. This next one is from Master Mario on Instagram. We're going through these, we see some of the bisqueware. We're going through these, we see some of the work in its raw form right here. And it looks like, in the comments, they put pebbles and pine cones. So the little divots are made by pebbles, and the rest of the texture on the outside of the bowl is made by pine cones. Good job. You understood the assignment. Good stuff. Oh my God. That was a shock right there. It went from just like dry clay bodies with rocks next to them to this beautiful orange. I don't even like the color orange. It's a great orange, great glaze. I would be very interested to know what the glaze combo is on that, because that's fantastic. I will say the glaze really carries it, but the glaze carries it because it goes over the undulations on the inside of the bowl so well that it creates this type of separation in between the blue and the orange and the blue and the orange, and it has a kind of pattern to it. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. This next one is from Maxwells Make. It looks like they use Legos? What is that, man? What is that? Everyone starts somewhere. Good challenge. Read all the rules. Okay, all right. I can see it looks like you used a Roblox or a Lego. I'm not even mad. I'm just impressed. You just straight up used a Lego. The glaze on the inside is fantastic. It's good job. Good job. This next one is from Old Lady Pots on Instagram, working on some more Peter Iredell inspired ramen bowls as I did for the Dirty Potter Challenge 4. Okay. It looks like you used... Oh, I see. So this is great too. I was hoping one of you would do this, where you get a slab, you put the texture on the slab, and then you can add the slab onto the bowl as you like. Instead of making texture all around, you get to choose where you put that texture. This is good. Good. I usually shorten people's names on Instagram, but if I shortened your name from Old Lady's Pots, it would just be Old Lady. And I feel like I shouldn't just call you Old Lady. No? You like it? Okay. All right, Old Lady. Yeah, you chose this life. She showed the glaze she's using from Amico. Good job. Deep Sienna Speckle, PC-52. Good stuff. We're big supporters of Amico on this channel. Got the glazed product. Beautiful. She's like, I'm not gonna throw it. I'm just gonna slump mold it and make it into a balloon and do it out of a balloon. That's fantastic. We've almost never gone over sculptors' techniques on this channel, but that is 2 ways that a lot of sculptors will make a bowl. They'll just do a slump, or you get something round and then you put your clay on top of that and it mimics the shape essentially. I love that you put the rock next to it to show what you did the texture with. Beautiful, good job. Unfortunately, I don't really see a finished product here. I really like the textures that you're using. Very Peter Volkus. I say Volkus. This one here is from Polyc on Instagram. Okay, we got some pine cones, classic. Pine cones on the inside and outside. Changing up the game. Okay, beautiful. Part of me wishes you would have left that giant, like, I see that you put pine cones on the inside and outside, so there's like this wavy little divot on the outside. Kind of wish you would have just left that there. But I think that's my old head potter brain going, yes, not everything must be symmetrical and round. Looks like you used some bark from a tree as well. That is scary. That is scary. I want you to know that's scary. There's certain things that I'm scared of. There's like normal things that people are scared of, like there's scary movies and horror films. But like I realize the chances of that stuff happening are like so low. But like I imagine me sticking my hand in this in the middle of the night as Slender Man is trying to chase me. That is scary. Good glaze. You guys come up with some good glaze combos, honestly. Maybe next time post the glaze combos you're using so I can steal them from you. I'm kidding. I make my own glaze most of the time, but that still is a beautiful glaze. Good job, Polly. Good job. Ooh, what's that? Yep, okay. Good job. You made backups. You made backups. This next one is from Rachel Kane Bryant on Instagram. It looks like they used a doily. I think that's what they're called. They're called doilies, right? Good texture. It looks like you really stuck it in there. I can see the texture is really nice and deep. And it also looks like you used a bit of counter pressure, so you put your hand on the inside, put your hand on the outside, pushed. Good job. Good stuff. The finished product looks beautiful. I got some progress pictures from you, and we also got the item next to it that you used. Beautiful. Good job. Good job, Rachel. This next one's from Rose Ceramics on Instagram. It says, nesting volcano bowls with snowy dome. These are made for the Dirty Power Challenge 4 to make a set of textured nesting bowls. These are nice. I do want to say these are nice. It looks exactly like what you described, like a snowy mountaintop. We got a picture of the item next to the bowls that you used. Good job. Good stuff. I am suspicious of the item that you chose, but I will let it go. Okay, I forgive you. There's a close-up shot. I forgive you now. Good stuff. And look at them. They're upside down, right side up. Fit perfectly. Nest perfectly. Right? Good stuff. Good job. This next one is from Scorched Earth Pots. We have a little video here. Fantastic. Looks like they put them out to dry. It's a lot of the making process, and this person used ramen. How many of you are jokesters in this world, huh? I asked for ramen bowls, and you're like, I'll give you a ramen bowl. Stop it. Actually, keep doing it. I kind of like it. I think when I was a kid, I didn't understand like what a smart ass was. And now as like a dad, I'm like, you smart ass. Good job. Did you craft those chopsticks? Tell me that you made those chopsticks out of clay. Tell me you did that. This person's memeing on us. This person's memeing the whole channel right now. Thank you. I really appreciate it, Scorched Earth. They look great. This next one's from Snowbee Ceramics on Instagram. We got a picture of the rock next to the bowls that created the texture on the bowls. Fantastic. Good job, Snowbeeb. Snowbeeb? Snowbeeber? I feel like it's Snowbeeby or Snowbaby? Maybe? Maybe, baby? Ooh, good close-up. Fantastic close-up. Good stuff. I'm sorry if we're going through these pictures kind of fast. This is a very long video, and also you have the ability to pause, so I don't feel that bad. But I'm trying to put as many pictures as I can up here, especially these close-up ones. They're beautiful. Gorgeous, gorgeous pots. The gnome in the background. This next one is from Theresa Full in Winder Bailey. That's a name. I'm sorry I probably butchered it right now, but that's like 4 names in one right there. You can't blame me. Unfortunately, from this one, we only got 2 pictures, and I don't see the tool that was used. They are nice ramen bowls. Good job, but I'm looking for the tool. I don't see any. I'm looking in the comments. I don't see any. There are some textured using seashells. Found it. Seashells. That's crazy because I see the seashells in there, but I just assumed you painted seashells in there. I'm so sorry. This next one's from Woolen Toby on Instagram. Here's my entry, a pair of ramen bowls, nesting bowl, Laguna 50 speckled with Tim's dark celadon. I've never heard of that glaze. Did Tim C give you that glaze? Don't lie to me. Did Tim C give you this glaze? I'm gonna call him. Oh, it's a Clayscapes glaze. We're big fans of Clayscapes on this channel. Big fans of Clayscapes. Beautiful bowls. I'm looking for the tool that you use the texture for. There it is. Just a giant rock. Love it. Fantastic. Good job. This next one is from XY Then Jones on Instagram. It looks like they use some sort of kitchen tool. Fantastic. That looks like a can. I know it's not a can opener. It looks like a can opener though. Dirty Potter Challenge V4 textured tools. Decided to use a lemon zester. It's a lemon zester, I see. Okay. Okay, good job. Looks like you got a little setup in the background too. I'm sorry I'm like gouging you guys for info by looking in the background, but I'm really interested to see how y'all set stuff up. Lemon zester approved. That's the power of Pine Sol. I'm not sponsored by Pine Sol. Okay, that is all the pictures I have. I don't know if that's all the entries, but if I'm being honest with you, it's getting to a point where like these videos are either gonna be an hour long or we're gonna have to start picking and choosing people who did or didn't follow the rules. And to my knowledge, my person who did these pictures for me already did that. So as these videos get more popular, we might have to siphon down the amount of entries that we can go over on the channel. And I'm sorry if I didn't get to all your stuff. I'm trying real hard over here, but it's gonna get bigger and bigger and bigger, and it's gonna happen a little more and a little more. I have chosen though. I was very, 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 very impressed. Hold on, let's go back here with, scroll up, I have to scroll up for 1,000 years. Okay, I think I've seen all I need to see. The winner of the Dirty Potter Challenge number 4 is Val from the Discord server. Beautiful bowls, fantastic bowls. I'm talking everything from the color contrast, the glaze on the inside, like the bowl is properly shaped. There's a little V-taper. The very edge has a little dip at the end of it. Beautiful craftsmanship. I love it so much. Even the black slip or clay body that you somehow got, I'm not really sure how you made the clay black. There's like 4 different ways to do it. I don't know which way you did it, but it looks beautiful. I love everything from the frog on the outside to the little texture next to it. It's beautiful. If you are the winner, I'm gonna contact you on Discord. I'm pretty sure I remember your name. You're pretty active on my Discord channel. The link down below if you wanna join that. So I'm just gonna message you and tell you you won. Send you your prize. But thank you, Dirty Potters, for joining me today. Hopefully you enjoyed that Dirty Potter challenge. We're gonna have another one probably at the beginning or maybe after I get back from ClayCon West of 2024. I don't know what it's gonna be yet. Put your comments down below to tell me what you would like to see for the Dirty Potter challenge number 5. Remember to click all the YouTube buttons, and I will see you, Dirty Potters, next week.